Hey Run Junkies, welcome to Runners Without Limits TV and probably the most anticipated video of 2021 here on this channel, the digital event guide breakdown for the 2022 Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend. This weekend, this experience, this guide are all unlike anything else in the running world. So this video will be broken down into two parts. In this installment, I will walk you through the event guide, pointing out things you may have missed, additions and changes in place for this year's event, and things you need to know before you go. I will also give a brief overview of the individual events and challenges, but in part 2 of this breakdown, I'll go through each course map turn by turn, pointing out important information for each race. That one will drop right here next week. Now, a couple of quick notes about me. I won't say that I'm an authority on these events, but I have attended several of these, about 11 of these over the years, and have posted many more breakdown style videos like this one. I'm going to do my best to hit all of the salient points, but if you find something I missed or have questions that I didn't cover, please leave a comment in the box below. I'll do my best to answer them. Many times there are only a few changes from event to event, but since Marathon Weekend is the largest and most anticipated weekend in the last couple of years, I have 2 suggestions. Please don't rely solely on this video for the information that you need. Whether you are new to Run Disney or a seasoned veteran, if you are attending Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend, you will be best served by going into the guide yourself. Click on every link, read every word, read the guide very carefully, and share it with your fellow running friends and family who might be spectating as well. For the 2021 Wine and Dine weekend, we went in with quite a few questions about how Run Disney would feel after returning from these unprecedented times. This card right here will take you to a video I did earlier in December about what we learned from that event, which may help you with the upcoming January event. There will be a few slight changes, but otherwise, Marathon Weekend will likely be the return to Run Disney we are all hoping for. There are some new systems in place, so expect a few bugs. As always, gratitude goes a long way, so bring your patience. Thank the cast members, race organizers, and especially those volunteers. But that is enough talking. That's enough of that. Let's dig into the guide. Here we are on the homepage of the guide, and right here you will see a letter from Farron Kelly. Scrolling down the page a little, you're going to see an at-a-glance guide for the entire schedule for all weekend events. This includes the Expo right here and all 4 races, 5K, 10K, half, and full. Now, I'm going to get into those details in a moment, but I'm going to go through each of these top tabs one at a time, except for maps. So let's really quick run into the Run Disney Events tab. Now remember, I'm going to go through each course plus the start staging area and finishers area maps and start group information in another video. So let's shoot through these really quickly. So all start and finish lines will be at the Epcot parking lot. We will go through this later. You have a 5 a.m. start time for all races. Bib pickup for all races and challenges must be done the day before your first event. Pacing requirements for all events are a 16-minute mile. So the 5K is on Thursday, January 6th. It's highly recommended that you arrive on site by 4 a.m. Let's move on to the 10K. Friday, January 7th, official race time at 5 a.m. Start and finish at Epcot parking lot. Again, guests must arrive at the Epcot parking lot by 4 a.m. Moving on to the half marathon. Saturday, January 8th, again, Epcot parking lot. Official race start is at 5 a.m. Now, participants must arrive at Epcot on Saturday, January 8th by 3:30 a.m. The Walt Disney World Marathon is on Sunday, January 9th. Now, this one is really important that you're there early. 3:30 is asked by Run Disney here, 3:30 a.m. This will become apparent in the course breakdown next week, but for veterans of the 2020 Marathon Weekend, the race start was delayed due to transportation arriving late, and then the start was rushed as a result. So please be there early. That is all I'm going to say about this tab right here. So let's move on to reminders. First up is event safety, and as expected, a lot of information here to start out about what face coverings and other health and safety information requirements are at Walt Disney World. Now, at the time of this recording, the guide states that face coverings are required on Disney transportation and indoors. That includes the buses between your resort hotel and the start and finish lines. Now, a reminder here, this is a great reminder list for what is and what is not allowed on the course. That can be found here. The medical tents and staff are prevalent, so please check out these details here. Finally, the weather flag warning system. This will tell you the weather risk for running, and you can find these flags at all medical stations along the course. Now, the 2020 marathon, for example, was at least this red flag warning. They had cut the course for safety reasons as it was very hot and humid on that day. I don't remember if they ever got to the black flag warning, but they did get to red. Let's move on to race day. This is a real quick page here, so not a lot of information here. Just information on where and how to get your gear bag, where to check it, and what happens there, where food and that there will be food and beverage, then where to find lost and found after the fact. Moving on to post-race. This is good information. This is where you will find out how to get your race results for the 10K, half marathon, and marathon. There are not official results for the 5K. Finisher certificates come up approximately a week after the event. That is where you can just download and print a really nice graphic of your finish time. Then your race photos. This is the code you're going to enter into PhotoPass. Read this information, and all of it is on the back of your bib as well, or at least historically it has been. Spectators. Runner tracking will be available closer to the event, so this is really great information to have for family and for friends who might be traveling with you but maybe not participating. Some great tips for spectators here, but let's get into where you are allowed to cheer on course. So for the 5K and 10K, you only have two options, the start and the finish lines, and they're right next to each other, so that's it. And now here's the problem that I'm having with this particular page. This may or may not show you the marathon. It's been hit or miss, mostly miss. It's not giving me the marathon spectator map. So please, this is why it's important for you to go into the guide yourself. But let's talk about the half marathon and where you can spectate there. So at the start and finish lines, just like with the 5K and the 10K, at mile 3.5 at the Ticket and Transportation Center, Disney's Contemporary Resort at mile 4.5, just before mile 5 on Magic Kingdom Main Street. Okay, so you're inside the park. You do not need a theme park admission if you are in there before 8 a.m. Then you have the other two monorail resorts, Grand Floridian and Disney's Polynesian. Now, it does have transportation information here for spectators specifically, but definitely check this transportation tab, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Now, real quick, I want to drop into the waivers tab. Guys, I'm not going to go through this. This is kind of your job to get your Expo check-in pass. Ultimately, what you need to do is go into your Run Disney account. This is a brand new system here, and actually I kind of like it. So it's a digital waiver. It's getting rid of the paper pass system. January 3rd is when you will get your Expo check-in pass. That is what you need, along with your photo ID, to pick up your bib. The last reminder under this is that community impact. This is just a really great reminder of all of the effects that we as runners have on each other and the environment. These are huge events, and it has a huge footprint, so please be conscientious about your impact. All right, moving on to the transportation page. A couple of quick notes about transportation. This is a massive undertaking for a massive event. There are always transportation stories, sometimes horror stories. So it's not a matter of if you will run into problems, but when. On the whole, Run Disney buses run like a well-oiled machine, but occasionally something will happen. So once again, please be patient with the drivers and the cast members. So Run Disney buses run between all resort hotels, including Shades of Green and the Swan and Dolphin, to the start and finish lines, which is down here. These are your race days, and to the Health and Fitness Expo. That Health and Fitness Expo is at ESPN Wide World of Sports. Operating hours are listed here, and you will find a more specific schedule at your resort hotel lobby. This is good information to have, so my tip is to take a picture of a board like this. It should be in your resort hotel lobby. Have it in your phone for quick reference. Yes, all races start at 5 a.m., but take a look at this. You have buses start to run at 3 a.m. to 4:30 a.m., so they want you there early, folks. And then for the half and full marathons, buses start running at 2:30. If I have a top 5 tip for these weekends, do your best to be on the first 1 or 2 buses in the morning, because anything can happen with an event this size. The monorail will be running on Saturday and Sunday. So if you are staying at one of those resorts, please check the schedule. Runner drop-off and ride-share, taxi, all of that stuff will be at Epcot. Just follow the signs in. And let's save the best for last. This is the Expo page. There is a lot here, and once again, just go in and familiarize yourself with these maps. The Run Disney Health and Fitness Expo takes place Wednesday through Sunday at ESPN Wide World of Sports. My biggest tip here is, besides familiarizing yourself with the maps, is to go in knowing what you need to do, so have a plan. You have the Advent Health Arena, you have the Visa Athletic Center, and you have the HP Fieldhouse. Now, this is not the order in which you are going to visit them. First up is the Advent Health Arena, where you are going to find your official Run Disney merchandise. If you pre-purchased anything, you will pick that up in this space as well. Now, there will likely be a line to get in. What happens is you come in through this door here, and you will be guided along the outside of inside of the building. It's an interior corridor all the way around here. Yes, this is the entrance into the merchandise store. However, they will likely put you in a queue in this building here. It's just adjacent to the arena, and you will queue in, and they will let people in a little bit at a time so as to control crowd. Now, in the past, they have had characters in these spaces here, but it's probable that there will be statues or other vignettes for photo opportunities right in here. Next place you want to go is the HP Fieldhouse. This is where you will pick up your bib using that Expo check-in pass that I mentioned earlier. If you have issues with your waiver, you can go over to waiver signing here, or if you hadn't gone through that yet. If your check-in pass isn't working, you can go right here to check-in pass solutions. If you have trouble with your bib, you can hit runner relations here. All of your questions will be answered between these 3 stations here. All of your bibs can be picked up in this building. Individual 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon, and the goofy challenges. All of the bibs can be picked up on this main level here. If you are running Dopey, you have kind of your own space with runner relations, check-in pass solutions, waiver signing, and your bib pickup is here. Now, you guys up on the upper level can also pick up your race shirt and gear bag. You are the only folks that gets to do that. Everyone else needs to head over to the Visa Athletic Center to pick up your t-shirts. Now, this building is pretty straightforward. You're going to come in, you're going to go down these stairs, and you will see the exhibitor hall. This is where all of your vendors and sponsors will have their shops set up. You're going to come all the way through to the back end of the exhibitor floor. You have all of your t-shirt pickups except for the Dopies. You've already done that. So we have 5K, 10K, and Goofy t-shirt pickup over here, half marathon and marathon t-shirt pickup over here. My recommendation here is to try on the t-shirts. They have changed vendors a couple of times over the last couple of years. They're really nice, but make sure that they fit. If they do not fit, you can head over here to the shirt exchange. I would definitely recommend doing that before you even leave this building. A couple of other things about race bib and shirt pickup. Run Disney says that you must pick up your bib prior to your scheduled event. So that means the day before your first event, you need to go pick up your race bib, shirt, and gear bag. You have to have your valid photo ID and your check-in pass. You cannot pick up a race bib for another runner unless they are a minor. That is everything from Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend Digital Event Guide Breakdown Part 1. Oh my gosh. Okay guys, that is it for the Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend Digital Event Guide breakdown for 2022. Please remember, this video is only a guide and may not have all the answers you are looking for. If that's the case, please leave a comment in the box below, but chances are you will have most of your questions answered as you go through the guide on your own. The course map breakdown is coming in another week. It takes a long time to do these videos, so please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it when it drops. But that is going to do it from me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, remember, you are a runner without limits. Happy running.